D, wait for it, delightful.
Check out the name tag. You're in my world now, Grandma.
What's up, nerds? So today I'm going to do a review on the Flashpoint Paradox comic book, and I'm going to talk about it and things that I liked, things I didn't like, and I'm just gonna give you an overview of it. I won't get too spoilery on it in case you haven't read it, but it has been out for quite a while. But I just felt the need to do a review on it. So I just want to say real quick that the Flash is not my favorite character in the comic books, but I do like him. I would say I like the Wally West Flash more than the Barry Allen Flash, but I do like the Barry Allen Flash, especially on CW, that Flash show. I love that Greg Gustin guy as the Flash. So let me just jump into it. I just want to say real quick that if you are comparing this to the movie does leave out, the animated movie, it does leave out a lot. It leaves out a lot of the side stuff, which I will talk about. But if you're going to watch the movie, that will give you the main storyline of the Flashpoint, which you can get in the graphic novel, the big thick one, or it's not really that thick, but it's just like this one right here, and that's just it's basically the animated movie with just like some things. But this is something that spanned it over a bunch of different comic books. For instance, if you want to get the backstory, which was in the animated movie, you'd have to read Flashpoint Emperor Aquaman. There was 3 issues. There was 3 issues. I have all 3 right here. And everything. This is just one example of the things that it crosses over into. It was a crossover event, so there's other ones. But for instance, in this Emperor Aquaman, which they did put, I take it back, they did put this in the movie. It does give you the past of what happened with Aquaman and Wonder Woman, and how they got married, and then she killed his. Wonder Woman killed Mira, and they did put, like I said, I keep saying they did put that in the movie, and then they put some little snippets like how Martha Wayne becomes the Joker, but they didn't get into detail like they do in the comic books. They also in the movie didn't introduce characters such as the female Furies, after Themyscira gets destroyed or whatnot in the comic. In the comic book, they then take over the UK, and Great Britain becomes the new Themyscira. And the female Furies are Wonder Woman's, basically her bodyguards, and that includes members such as Hawkgirl, Huntress, the rock girl from Teen Titans. I can't remember off the top of my head, but Tara, and everything. So let me just get into the main storyline. This is basically like Barry goes back in time, saves his mom from dying, and it alters everything. It's the butterfly effect. You change one little thing, it can change everything. And he did. He changed everything. So what happened was, Batman is not Bruce Wayne. Bruce Wayne dies. He gets shot in that alleyway, and his father becomes Batman, and his mother becomes Joker because she goes insane from the death of her son, seeing the death of her son. Wonder Woman and Aquaman get married as an alliance, and Mira, who is Aquaman's wife before they got married, they did it as an alliance thing. She is jealous and goes to kill Wonder Woman, and Wonder Woman's like, I don't think so, kills her, and puts on her helmet. She actually has a helmet in the comic books, not just a little crown or whatever. Kills her, and then it starts a big war. So then Aquaman, as an Atlantean, drowns Rome, because that's in Greece, and does have a connection to Greek mythology, which is Wonder Woman is all about. And and they just plunge the world into chaos. Cyborg works for the United States and the president, and he's trying to stop the whole thing. And then there's also some other teams out there. Lex Luthor has a small group, and you see much more. The fight scene in the animated movie is way better than it is in the comic book. In the comic book, it's like, I think it's like two pages at most, 2 or 3 pages. They don't even show that really cool fight scene that they do. So going on with the characters, let's talk about the characters. Barry Allen in this is really good. I really do enjoy Barry Allen in this. I think that he's much more of like a person. I mean, well, he's always been a person, but I think that you know, he, like anybody else, and if you watch the CW TV show, because they kind of did that in gosh, what was it? This past season, in season 3, season 3. Season 3. They did the Flashpoint paradox, but they did it differently. So, but I think that Barry he just wants to save his mom. You know, who doesn't love their mom? And I think that he goes back in time and he does make a mistake. You can't change the past. And when you do, it has ramifications, and he sees the ramifications of that. One of the ramifications was he got his mom back, but he lost his powers. And I mean, you know, you can't put a price on your parents, but at the same time, you can't, like I said, you can't change the past. So moving on to Batman, which is Thomas Wayne. Batman, even as Thomas Wayne's a dick. I mean, he has no problem killing. He uses guns. Batman doesn't use guns when it's Bruce Wayne. But something that was touching was at the end, he wrote Bruce a letter, and he was basically saying, don't be Batman, be happy. You know, have a family, be happy, you know, all that stuff. And I mean, what kind of world would it be without Batman? I mean, would we not have his villains? That would be a good story to write. Like, I mean, it might be in Elseworlds, but if it is, I haven't read it. Moving on to Wonder Woman. Wonder Woman is strong. She's harsh. She's all like, I am not going to take crap from you. I was created by the gods, so don't give me your shit. And then Aquaman, who's like, I am a king. I'm trying to rule my country. You killed my wife. I can't just sit by and let you take that sitting down. You get and so he's like, no, I'm gonna rage war, you know. And he does rage war. And you know, and it's really, I think that it would have been exciting to see, you know, the fight up until that point. Then we have Cyborg, who is working for the United States and the president, and he, you know, he's basically like Superman, but he's Cyborg. And, I mean, he's not a substitute for Superman, which we'll get to him in a minute. But he's just, you know, he's just basically Cyborg. I mean, like, they really don't tap into the machine part of it. But, and then there is Superman, and he lands. He doesn't land by the Kent farm. He destroys Metropolis, I believe. And the government gets a hold of him, and they put him away in a cell. And that's probably what have happened. I mean, if you look in real life, if an alien landed on Earth, the government would be there in like 2 seconds. A farmer family wouldn't get him and be able to hide him. They would find him, and then they put him in a cell and study him. And that's what they do until they get him out, and he's all skinny, and he's like malnutrition because he hasn't had the time to, you know, develop like he would if he wasn't in there. And then, you know, as far as the story goes, this isn't the best storyline. Oh, we got to get into the main villain. So you get into like the main villain, and then there's surprising twists. Like there's betrayal from, you know, certain characters. But the main villain is the Reverse Flash, Eobard Thawne. And he basically sets Barry up to do this, and then, because he wants to destroy Barry / the world. And he's a good bad guy, but at the same time, I just go, I really like this world. I like to see what it's in. I like to see the whole progression of it, and I really wish, like, you know, it was a part of the multiverse still. Because I don't think it is, because he went back and changed it. But like I said, this there's a lot of good things about it. I love when when Wonder Woman's fighting Shazam and she gets him to say his name, and then and then he's all the little kids, and then they kill him and everything. They kill the little kids. You got the Enchantress, or it's the Changeling girl or whatever. God, I can't remember all of it. There was so much. I'm sorry. I should have. There's just there's some betrayals and everything, and they just do some really cool things with some of the characters that you really wouldn't expect. But I would say, in conclusion, I would say read this comic book. Pick it up if you can at a comic book shop. If not, order it offline or at like a Barnes and Noble if those are still around. And just read it. It's a pretty good read. It's Geoff Johns and Andy Kubert and Sandra Hope. And yeah, that is my review on this comic book. Tell me what you thought about Flashpoint Paradox. Did you like it? Did you not like it? Do you like the Flash? Do you not like the Flash? You can leave your comments down below. Hit that like button if you like this video. If not, I completely understand. If you want to subscribe, I'd appreciate that. If not, it's cool. And I will check you guys later. Bye.